You see, when I was 2.5 years old, I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is a tumor on the retina of the eye, and not long after the diagnosis, about 48 hours to be exact, they removed my eye to save my life. My name is Stephanie Morin-Robert, and I star and created a show called Blindside. Yeah, Edmonton! Spoiler alert, I'm still here. Hey, what's up? Blindside is about me. It's an all-true storytelling comedy about my glass eye, about how I lost my eye, and about me coming to terms with my disability and wielding it into a superpower. Oh, by the way, I tricked you into watching contemporary dance.
Stephanie engages the audience with eye-popping stories of coming to terms with her glass eye, coping with family struggles, and the revelation of her request from the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
But you could only imagine the disappointment that fills the room when I tell my parents I want a cat. My dad's like, take the car. Since making the show, I've performed it over 200 times, and the show has developed with me. So as I became more and more comfortable with the stories, with myself, I added layers and elements to the show, such as the camera and projecting my face really big where people get to look at both eyes and see how they're different and see me take it out. So when I started, I didn't take it out at all, and now I take it out, I put it in my mouth, I do all these things because I think it's so important for us to make fun of these things in order to normalize them. One of the bright red balls hits me on the back left side of the head, bounces up into the air, and causes my glass eye to catapult out of my face. It's okay, you can laugh, I'm over it. So in Blindside, I use double-sided tape and real prosthetic eyes and tape them to different parts of my body, and I use them as toys. I make fun of the fact that I have these objects in order to lighten the subject. You can't say I didn't prepare you for this part, okay? Comedy is extremely important because comedy is contagious. So once you get somebody laughing, you kind of access this certain amount of trust, and then you could really be vulnerable and quite honest with them after that.
Stephanie takes us back to a vulnerable memory of expecting her first kiss, which ended up being a defining moment in coming to terms with her glass eye.
Not only is he going to kiss me, but he's going to touch my face. My sister never warned me about this part. Then he takes his hand and actually brings it up to his face. And then Andrew takes out his glass eye. Oh, that is the most romantic thing he could have done. And discovering that he has a glass eye was the first time I ever even knew that it was possible for someone else to have a glass eye, and gave me perspective on the fact that there are people who could relate. And to this day, that is by far the most intimate thing I've ever done with anybody. I guess the story is maybe what brings people in, but I think it's the fact that I am honest, and honesty is something that people are often really interested in. When my firstborn, Olive, I named her after my favorite cat. When I look into her eyes and see that she has two big, bright, beautiful, healthy eyes, I'm so relieved. The process of creating and performing this show has helped me come to terms with my disability in ways that I could have never really imagined. It allows me to connect with people and helps people open up about things that they're usually scared of opening up about. And I think that's what makes what I do the most rewarding. But then I feel somebody behind me. I can feel somebody following me, but I pretend I don't notice. And then that person slips a note in the back pocket of my Levi jeans, but still I notice nothing. And I wait till I'm alone to read it. When I'm finally zipped up in my sleeping bag with my flashlight on, I have the note out, and it says, meet me behind the washrooms. And it's signed Andrew. I know who Andrew is. Andrew's the cutest, most handsomest of all the campers. And he wants to meet with me behind the washrooms? How romantic. But still, I'm like, this must be it. This must be it. This is gonna be my first kiss. So I start licking my lips, because that's how you get ready for a first kiss, right? And then I start thinking, oh, what if he notices my eye? What if he notices my eye and no longer wants to kiss me? But still, I'm sprinting across the field to meet him behind the washroom, and I'm still licking my lips, and the drool is coming off my chin, but I still look really good. And there he is. He's standing there behind the washroom, his arms across, he's looking down at his feet. So I tiptoe in front of him. And now I'm being a little more subtle about the lip licking. And we go for what feels like forever without saying a word. I'm avoiding eye contact, and finally, he leans in a little closer. And closer. But now I'm not really sure how close he is, because I only have the one eye. I have really bad depth perception. And he leans in even closer, and now he's so close I could feel his breath on my face. And then he takes his hand, and he brings it up between our faces. And my heart starts racing, because I'm like, not only is he going to kiss me, but he's going to touch my face. But then he brings his hand up towards his face. And he takes out his glass eye. What? He takes out his glass eye. My heart's racing even faster, my knees are shaking, my face is beet red. That is the most romantic thing he could have done! He leans in even closer. Not yet. Actually, then he whispers. He whispers, "What are you waiting for?" No, but actually, I take out my glass eye. I'm not going to do it yet. And I hold it in front of him. Now we both have our eyes between each other. And we're looking at each other straight in the eye. Really convenient. And without saying a word to each other, we exchange eyes. So before trying it on, I give it a quick lick. And as I'm trying to puzzle in his much bigger glass eye into my much smaller eye socket, doesn't fit very well, I'm thinking, wow, this is way better than a first kiss. And to this day, that is by far the most intimate thing I've ever done with anybody. Oh, for those who thought I wasn't going to take out the eye during the show, should have looked at the poster. Is everybody all right? So, from that point on, Andrew and I, we are inseparable. We like to challenge each other to do the most inappropriate things possible with our eyes. So it's breakfast time. And I challenge Andrew to put his glass eye in our counselor's morning cup of coffee. And he does it. And we're just sitting at the table impatiently waiting for our counselor, Derek, to take that last sip of coffee and have something look back at him. And then at lunchtime, Andrew challenges me to put my glass eye in our best friend Adele's hamburger. Yeah, he really upped the game. So I do it, and that's when my spare glass eye really comes in handy. There's a talent show, and one girl goes up and spins on her head and lands in the splits, and everyone's like, woo, so cool. And a really cute, endearing, nerdy kid tells a knock-knock joke, and it's so sweet, and everybody's like, okay. And then Andrew delicately takes my hand and walks me center stage. And then we take out our eyes. And then we exchange eyes. Classic. And then I give him back his eye, and he has two now, and he starts juggling them. Horrible idea, I already told you, we cannot catch anything. So he drops them all over the place, but don't worry, because it's actually a part of the choreography, because then we just pick them up and give them a quick lick. Is where I learned that having a glass eye is like having a superpower, but like a really expensive, undesirable superpower. Glass eyes are made of acrylic. They're no longer made of glass. They're handcrafted, hand-painted by an ocularist who will spend hours looking me in the eye, creating an exact copy. All the veins on the eye are made with thin strands of red thread. A lot of people think they're shaped like a sphere or a ball, but they're actually shaped like a bowl. And that fits on top of my orbital transplant, which has grown and become a part of me. I'm really high tech. We really have to take a moment to think about the thing that makes us feel insecure. I think we all have our own version of a glass eye. For me, it's just really cool because I can take it out.
She's a superhuman girl. She is Superwoman. She is Superman's cousin. She's got superpower loving. She's got superhuman eyes with see-through superhuman vision. She's got superhuman thighs, sexier than television. She is super duper smart. I like her for her mind. She's got superhuman lips for super suction. She's got superpower hips for super reproduction.
And I was like, thanks for the elephant. And they're like, oh no, wait, it's a special elephant. And because this elephant, the eye comes out.
That's so cool.
So this will be my, they didn't arrive on time, but this is also merchandise that I sell. But it's, I just really wanted to show this thing off because it's the best.
You knew somebody was going to ask something and you had to
Yeah, I was like, oh, my...
when am I going to bring out the elephant and tell the story? Well, thank you again so much, Stephanie, for
Thanks.
staying for extra questions. Woo.